Ode by Arthur O'Shaughnessy, 1844 to 1881. We are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams, wandering by lone sea breakers and sitting by desolate streams. World losers and world forsakers, of whom the pale moon gleams, yet we are the movers and shakers of the world forever, it seems. With wonderful deathless ditties we build up the world's great cities, and out of a fabulous story we fashion an empire's glory. One man with a dream at pleasure shall go forth and conquer a crown, and three with a new song's measure can trample a kingdom down. We in the ages lying, in the buried past of the earth, built Nineveh with our singing, and Babel itself in our mirth, and overthrew them with prophesying, to the old of the new world's worth. For each age is a dream that is dying, or one that is coming to birth. A breath of our inspiration is the life of each generation, a wonderful thing of our dreaming, unearthly, impossible seeming. The king, the soldier, and the peasant are working together in one, till our dream shall become their present, and their work in the world be done. They had no vision amazing, or the goodly house they are raising. They had no divine foreshadowing of the land to which they are going. But on one man's soul it hath broken, a light that doth not depart, and his look or a word he hath spoken wrought flame in another man's heart. And therefore today is thrilling with a past day's late fulfilling, and the multitudes are enlisted in the faith that their fathers resisted, and scorning the dream of tomorrow are bringing to pass as they may in the world for its joy or its sorrow the dream that was scorned today. But we, with our dreaming and singing, ceaseless and sorrowless we, the glory about us clinging of the glorious futures we see, our souls with high music ringing, O men, it must ever be that we dwell in our dreaming and singing a little apart from ye. For we are afar with the dawning, and the suns that are not yet high, and out of the infinite morning intrepid you hear us cry. How spite of your human scorning, once more God's future draws nigh, and already goes forth the warning that ye of the past must die. Great hail, we cry from the come to the comers, from the dazzling unknown shore. Bring us hither your sun and your summers, and renew our world as of yore. You shall teach us your song's new numbers, and things that we dreamed not before, yea, in spite of a dreamer who slumbers, and a singer who sings no more. Okay, this is a poem by Arthur O'Shaughnessy. Let's see, O'Shaughnessy was born in London. He was reputed to be one of Edward Bulmer Lytton's illegitimate children. He started working at the British Museum thanks to the influence of Edward Bulmer Lytton, and he became an expert in amphibians and reptiles, and he studied reptiles. Now, this poem's quite interesting, because this poem is a poem that has been put to music many, many times. It was put to music by Edward Elgar, for example. The first couple of lines of this poem were used by Gene Wilder in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. But it's been put to music various different times and on various different occasions. Okay, so what's it about? Well, this is about art. It's about artists. What this poem talks about is the individuals who make the world go round, and he's saying that these are the artists. These are artists. It's art makes the world go round. Art produces the future. It shows it shows that the old is going, and it shows that the new is coming in. And this poem is dedicated to artists, to writers, to painters, to people who live in fantasy, who build worlds outside this mundane world. And if you actually look, for example, science fiction writers, what science fiction writers write about often becomes science fact. So we are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams, wandering by lone sea breakers and sitting by desolate streams. So we're the people who make music. We are the musicians. We are the artists. We are the people who dream dreams, who dream the dreams of the future. You might find us wandering by the sea or sitting by a desolate stream. World losers and world forsakers, on whom the pale moon gleams. So we are the artists, and we destroy worlds, and we forget the old worlds, and we are looking towards the new worlds, and we are the new wave, the new trend. What's happening? We are the way forward, and the art sustains society. It's the growth of society. It fulfills the growth of the world. We are the movers and shakers. We're the people who move the world. Yet we are the movers and shakers of the world forever, it seems. So we are rebellious, if you like, but we are always we are changing the status quo. We start by creating the new norms. We create the new fashions. We are the artists. We are the movers and shakers, and we actually, as artists dictate or show the future path of the world. With wonderful deathless ditties, we build up the world's great cities. Okay, so a deathless ditty. Notice deathless, immortal. This echoes to me of the immortality of Shakespeare's work. Shakespeare writes about the immortality of the poet. So we write eternal poems, and this builds up massive cities. And out of a fabulous story, we fashion an empire's glory. So an empire becomes glorious because we are writing about it. One man with a dream at pleasure shall go forth and conquer a crown. So one man who has a dream, one artist who dreams of conquering a land, who writes stories of conquering unknown lands, and this happens. and man goes and does it. 3 with a new song's measure can trample a kingdom down. So 3 people with 3 artists with a new rhythm can signify the end of an era, the end of a kingdom. So we start the new trends. We say that the old trends are finished. We are the leaders of the world because myths and stories and fantasies and legends are all that survive of the past, and we as artists we need to be celebrated because we are the way forward, that art is the greatest achievement yet made. We in the ages lying in the buried past of earth built Nineveh with our sighing and Babel itself in our mirth. So artists have always been there. That art or artists have created our past. They built the city of Nineveh. They built the city of Babel. So the work of artists has created the important things of the past, and the artist is creating creates what happens, what's happening next, and overthrew them with prophesying to the old of the new world's worth. And then we wrote a prophecy that Nineveh or Babel was going to disappear, and then it happened. For each age is a dream that is dying, or one that is coming to birth. So the poets are writing about the death of an era or the new age that's coming. And art is eternal. Art always lives. The dreams, the past, the legends of the past were made and grown and destroyed by artists. And this is an eternal cycle, and the artist is the internal inspiration of this. A breath of our inspiration is the life of each generation. So our inspiration, the inspiration of artists, is the life. It gives life to an energy to mankind. A wondrous thing of our dreaming, unearthly, impossible seeming. And yes, the things that the artists write about, they seem like a dream, they seem unearthly, they seem impossible. But the soldier, the king and the peasant are working together in one, till our dreams shall become their present, and their work in the world be done. So we write about it, and then people start to work together to make this dream a reality. And they keep working at it until this is the reality, until this is what has actually happened. So the poets are the prophets. The poet, he writes about what's going to happen, and then it happens. The poet imagines it, the artist imagines it, and then it becomes real. They had no vision amazing of the goodly house they are raising. They had no divine foreshadowing of the land to which they are going. So they don't have a vision of what the reality of this will be. They don't know what they're starting. The artists are unaware of their power. They had no divine foreshadowing of the land, so they don't know what is going to happen in the future. But on one man's soul it hath broken, a light that doth not depart, and his look or a word he hath spoken wrought flame in another man's heart. So the an idea breaks, it appears in one artist's heart, and that light, that idea doesn't disappear, and a look or a word or a piece of art, any piece of art, ignites a flame, ignites that idea in another man, and this is where the artist becomes the prophecy, the impeller, the driver of our society. And therefore today is thrilling, with a past day's late fulfilling. So each day is thrilling, each day is amazing, because it fulfills the art of the past, of and the multitudes are enlisted in the faith their fathers resisted. And people, then the young, they take on the new ideas, the progressive ideas of the artists, and these are ideas and faiths that their fathers, that the old people resisted, because as you get older you become more resistant to change. Things aren't as good as they used to be. And scorning the dream of tomorrow, are bringing to pass as they may, in the world for its joy or its sorrow, the dream that was scorned yesterday. So the young, the young creative minds, they are bringing the world forward. They are changing. This is the revolutionary spirit. And the dream that was thought of as ridiculous in the past, it comes to reality through the new generations. But this has been triggered, it's been sparked off by art. But we, with our dreaming and singing, ceaseless and sorrowless we, the glory about us clinging, of the glorious future we see, our souls with high music ringing. So our dreaming, our singing, our ideas, we're always producing new ideas, we're providing new things, and people admire us for these new ideas and these new glories we see, and these are full of wonder. These are high futures that will come. O men, it must ever be that we dwell in our dreaming and singing, a little apart from thee. So this is saying that the artist is special, that the artist is slightly more than the normal person, because the artist is thinking of new ways. The artist is imagining, it's dreaming. The artist is dreaming. It's the way that the artist lives in a slightly different way from the normal world of normal people. And their lives, their soul is always full of high music. It's full of creation. It's full of new things. We are afar with the dawning, and the suns that are not yet high. So we are distant from you, from the normal people. We are in the dawn that is coming up. We are the light that's coming up. We're not midday. We're not the trend, the fashion that is now. We're not the sun that is midday over us. But we are the dawning day, the dawning future, what is appearing. This is a metaphor about the sun that's just coming up, something new. And out of the infinite morning, intrepid you hear us cry. And we are always artists are always producing new things from this infinite morning, this infinite sunrise of the future, because the future is always coming. How, spite of your human scorning, once more God's future draws nigh, and already goes forth the warning that ye of the past must die. So in spite of the fact that we are scorned, we are looked down on, because we are new, we are different, the future is coming, and it is clear that that the present or the present will soon become the past, and the present will become the past, and the present will die, and our ideas are drawing nigh, are coming close, are coming towards us. Great hail we cry to the comers, for the dazzling unknown shore. So we are shouting to the people that are coming. We are shouting to the new ideas. We're shouting to the unknown shore of the future that's coming. Bring us hither your sun and your summer. So we're asking the future to come here. It's coming towards us. Bring your sun and your summers. Bring your new ideas. Bring your new concepts. And renew our world as of yore. And like that, you will renew our world. Our world will change, but it will be better. It will be different. So we are bringing on the future. You shall teach us your song's new numbers. So you will teach us the new things about the world, new ways to look at the world, and things that we dreamed not before. And the future will teach us about things that we didn't dream could exist. Yea, in spite of a dreamer who slumbers, and a singer who sings no more. And this is the spirit of the new. And yes, the artists, the artists who have produced this future, they stop producing and they die. But this is the cycle of life, and the artist who no longer produces, an artist who is dead, they then sing of the past. They tell us about the past. So this is really a poem talking about how art creates the future. That art is always what is coming ahead. That it's almost like art is something holy. Art is what drives the world. It's what drives the world forward. So enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. Ode by Arthur O'Shaughnessy.